Spoil mama on the go, lighten up the road, carrying hard and bubbly smile, lifting up the load. Sweet and helpful, got that cheer, every friend all year, witty spark and endless laughs, always bringing near. Heaven, soul of soul, sailing wide, oceans calling true. Travel far to score, travel far, discover more, seas that sparkle blue. Cruising waves, the breeze in hair, trail without a map. Mom and family side by side, take another lap. Oh, my land, take us home where the wild winds blow. From Canada to distant shores, with love we'll always go. Oh, my land, light the night, guide us with your flame. With your spirit, we are free, never be the same.
Hello, everybody. How's it going tonight? It's been a day, end of the week, but I'm not going to get into that. I do have friends in the basement. I'm going to bring them up. We're going to talk about our top 10 cruise tips. I may have to run out. I'll leave my two friends here. Oops, they're right there. Two friends there in charge, and they can talk about cruise tips. Got Liz in here. She can talk about her cruise tips. So we'll get on with the show. Where's my friends? Oh, there's one. There's the other one.
Whatever, people.
Hello, hello, hello.
Sorry, itchy ear.
Sorry, I gotta put my volume down.
Whoa. I got my table too far away and I can't reach it. It's been a day. It's been a week. My son's computer's been in the shop and I keep thinking it's ready and then they find something else. He just messaged me and the shop's going to be closed the next 3 days, so guys working overtime, hopefully to get it done. So I have to run out to go pick it up because he's at work. I'll leave the girls. You're in charge.
I'm crossing everything.
Oh.
Yep, we can chat all night.
Hello.
I got Liz in here. It'll be a girls' chat, even though it's not a girls' chat. That's going to be another thing. I might have to change things around because my aunt's surgery was supposed to be on a Monday, the 9th, got rescheduled to Thursday, the 12th, which is usually going to be a girls' chat. So I might switch it around with another week, or it might be a later night girls' chat, depending how things go that day. I'll be staying at her house with the dogs. She'll be staying in overnight because she has sleep apnea and has her CPAP machine. So they keep them in overnight. So I'm going to find whatever I did with the... I did a little presentation, but I have to remember to stop. I didn't get it quite finished. It's pretty rough. But it's just just the different topics. I went to do that. I took the computer today to do that. I didn't get a chance to do anything today on the computer. So, and then mine decided it wanted to have an update. So I'm using her other one because it didn't want to connect with her internet. So I brought it here to see if it would connect with mine. It didn't want to connect with the Wi-Fi, but I got the Ethernet cable plugged in, working fine. So we're going to run with that tonight. Yeah.
She's just a juggling.
Yeah, I hope all goes well too. Well, the one thing about it being on the 12th, it means my cousin comes home 10 days later rather than me in like 15 days after surgery. It's like, hey, you can give her a sponge bath for a few days because she's got 10 to 14 days she can't shower or bathe. So she can do the dressing changes if she needs a dressing change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to share the screen. Share screen.
We're sharing. We're sharing. Sharing this Karen. I'm double. I'm
I'm
double.
gonna push on the media player to bring that up there.
Cheers, Liz. Cheers, Roxy and Michael.
Cheers.
I brought a drink for Liz. Here you go, Liz.
Cheers.
Share.
Now it's empty. Got to fill it.
So I made my top 10 cruise ships. I don't know if I got them all in there, but I got the categories there, and then we can just talk about each one. Make sure I got to stop these in between.
Oh, Michael.
Yep. I had a question about cruise tips. Kind of looking up something. I want to know what's the best part of the deck to stay on.
So the first thing, if you're going to book a cruise, you want to book early.
Yep.
Because the earlier the book, the longer you have to pay it off, little bits at a time. Whereas you book too close to the cruise, then sometimes you got to pay it all right now, or you have to have it all paid by, maybe, well, it's usually a couple, 3 months before. So you don't want to be booking the cruise a few months before and going, oh, I have to pay it all now. My only thing is I can't see the chat because I got where to go. Get over there. Liz says we are booked through 2027. Do monthly payment plans. I would definitely do that. My next tip was
Yes.
research your ship. Familiarize yourself with you. If you know what your room number is, not far in advance, and you can say, okay, I'm here. And say I'm here. Well, I know there's a pool. Pool's here. Another pool there. What decks are the shows on? What decks are the dining rooms on? Where's all the shops located?
Where are the elevators?
Where's the elevators? How far do I have to go? We always do that. You got to watch your ship tour videos on. And that's exactly looking at the ship tours, because there's all kinds of things, and that's a great way to familiarize yourself with the ship. It's like, oh, I'm going on the Carnival Breeze. Watch it. A few different cruise channels will have Carnival Breeze tours, or they might have you want to research your room. Punch in, room tour for
cabin number
1025 or whatever it is. And if you're lucky, maybe somebody's done a room tour, then you could get a good reading on what the tour looks like, or what the room looks like. Okay, let's get back up there. Oops, take that down. Oh, no, back up there. What's the next one? Well, if you're checking out cruises, check out the length of cruise. If you're going on one of those 3 or 4 day cruises, I hate to say it, but sometimes those turn out to be the party cruises because there are people who are just going for the long weekend or whatever. Or, do you want something more relaxed and have a few sea days in there, So,
back to back.
well, length matters.
Length matters. I agree.
Excuse-moi.
On a cruise ship, does length matter? 2 days versus 8 days, Steve.
We did an 8-day cruise, 7 nights the first one, and then we did a 5-day cruise the second time, and it's like
Not long enough.
I didn't feel like it was long enough.
No.
It was nice. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, would have liked a couple more sea days, just chill and go see more shows or learn. I never got to finish doing a ship tour because the one day I did, I got like top 3 decks, and then I ran into Troy and Sandy, got talking to them. I never got back to do the other parts of it. So
That's why you want a ship day. Sorry.
That's why you need to understand that when you go and do something, be prepared that you never get to do that you wanted to do, because you'll get distracted by everything and anybody.
Oh, yes.
So don't think that, I'm going to go to the restaurant and eat in 5 minutes. Yeah, and then you miss it. It's like, what? It's 2 hours later. What the heck happened in time?
I was headed to Guy's Burgers. What happened?
That's how I met Mark and Rocky. Darian goes, V, let's go record the Instagram thing. Ended up talking. Then I was like, who else is next? And he goes, I'm next. I was like, come on over. And that's how we.
Oh, nice.
So, and then I was like, yeah, I left they were partying up for the 80s party, and I lost my big chair. But it came back to me.
I've seen somebody posted one of the carnival pages. Are we allowed to take these? And it was the same seats you guys had.
Yeah, with the glow sticks. And we didn't pack it for the last cruise. So you just packed the black one to sit on.
I've
Or
got
like
lots of tips for
if you like
a little frosted tips, baby.
I got a lot of tips for the flights. They don't tell you they do tell you online a lot of stuff that you need to know, but I don't think they break it down very well.
Anyways, we're talking about cruising.
I know. Okay, I'm sorry.
we'll get that at least near the end.
Okay.
So, and if you like a longer cruise, do a back-to-back.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to have done the back-to-back that some people did on our first one on the Horizon, because we did.
If we would have known.
And,
It was the first.
yeah, what's this back-to-back thing? It's a thing? We could do that?
It's a thing. What?
Because it went to the Aruba, Bonaire, and then the 2 ports of the Dominican. And then the 6th day was going over and doing like more the Western Caribbean.
Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute, we missed all that section.
So if I go back on the Horizon, I would really like to do a back-to-back, but
Mm-hmm.
that's when after the lottery win.
And if we go back, I'm going to the casino.
Yep.
Just
Yes.
saying.
So or there are longer cruises. You do your research. That there are some.
Put your mask on and go to the casino.
Next,
Oh my god. I love that song so much.
research your ports and book your excursions.
Yep.
This port here this picture was taken at Amber Cove,
Yeah.
over by the water area, the pool area.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 of the best pictures I got were Amber Cove, and I think the other one was in Aruba of the ship.
Yeah.
It had a nice. Well, this one I love. I have it. I've had it as my cover photo before on my Facebook, and it was just the greenery and the ship and the water.
It says holiday, all American holiday.
And that's true, because what it says.
Yeah.
One's critical. A lot of excursions sell out early.
That's what we did with Nachikokum. Gary was like, I need the answer now. I was like, okay.
Well, he booked it months and months in advance.
Months and months and months and months.
and it was fun. I just find myself the excursion was fun, and I did a little one on the Horizon too. It wasn't a carnival one, but the golf carts was fun. But I really like spending time having time to wander around the port itself.
The
And
only thing I regretted is not going with Darian and all them to the German restaurant.
That would have been cool.
But Steve was not feeling good, so I just wanted to stay on the ship just in case, right? And he's like, I'm fine.
And you're safer to book through Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to, but you're safer to book through Carnival or your cruise line, because if you're on that and something happens during the excursion and you're delayed, the ship will wait.
Yeah.
If you do one on your own and you get delayed for something,
You're on your
wait
own.
for you.
The swimsuit cruise.
That's when you become one of them pier runners. And there's some really cool things at some different ports.
Yeah.
What is next? Getting packed.
Making the list, checking it twice.
Oh, I had the list made months in advance.
It's Christmas when I go on a cruise. Every time I see Santa.
But I'm trying to. Next time I go on a cruise, I want to downsize to a carry-on. So I'm going to really have to make that list and tweak it more and more. So I'm going to try to get down to a carry-on and my backpack.
I said to Steve, this is my challenge. During my holidays, I'll pretend that I'm packing for a cruise. So I'll be like, here's my this, here's my that. That's all I can have. Let's see if I can make it happen camping.
Yeah, they've changed the rules now on those carry-ons. They're a lot smaller now.
Yeah, the carry-ons get smaller and smaller because people are just, that's all they're doing. So, okay.
Liz says we use a packing list now. Never used to until I started forgetting critical things.
Yeah.
You will need one.
Yeah.
Also, I had this little notebook. I started for the Horizon, and I kept all my information in there, and I made somewhere.
Yep, one thing about packing, I carried my Crocs and going to use them for water shoes. You can't use Crocs on any pool on any of the ships.
No.
So I said, unless I'm going to use them to wear them, they're staying at home.
Yep. So I started packing list, and I broke it down into this is my backpack, purse.
Yeah, that's
bag,
exactly what we did too.
and then my carry-on, and then my checked luggage. Well, now I want to downsize, so it's only going to be a carry-on. Because you could mix and match different clothing. You could,
We have to learn how to do the tic-tac-toe clothing that I sent you.
and so there's only one or two fancy dinners or whatever.
Yeah.
I have some sundresses that roll up really small, and I have lots of packing cubes.
Oh.
Thanks to Carnival Cruise Addicts. But even I had been packed like a month to 3 months prior to it, and I take stuff out and I reorganize and I take a few things out, and I was like, yeah, I don't need that. Well, maybe I'll switch it out for this.
I said my next cruise, I'm going to do a photo journal, what I wore, what I said I was going to wear on these days. When I get there, what I wore to compare and say next. No.
Well, it's like umpteen pairs of shoes. Like, you need a pair of closed-toed shoes if you're going to do excursions or some activities. A pair of sandals, and maybe a dressy sandal for a dress when you go to dinner.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, God.
I have one pair of sandals that I would bring, and that fit for everything.
We match. Yes, I match my own chicken. I know.
Hunter!
Stop choking your chicken.
I didn't choke him. I squished him.
Stop squishing your chicken.
Stop.
We've
Arrive
done a lot-
early.
We've done a lot of that.
Well, wait. I know me and Steve like to arrive early to acclimatize ourselves. First time I went, we arrived 2 days before, I think. I arrived 2 days before the Horizon.
3 days.
3 days the first day, the first time.
You guys were 3 days.
The first day didn't really count because
Well-
once we got in there, we slept until
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Well, yeah, we got there enough time to order supper at 9 o'clock at night and crash. Jet lagged and all. Because, first of all, jet lag. Second of all, climatize. Third of all, lay of the land.
We
Well,
were
that's-
out since 2 a.m.
And us folks from up here in Canada land are used to the chilly and, a little bit of humidity in the summertime. But for us to arrive in Texas or Florida, and all of a sudden you walk out and it's like,
What the fresh HELL did I walk into?
I don't know. I walked out of the air in Miami and I was like, whoa, just hit a wall of humidity. And I was like, okay, we're
When we,
dry
took,
now.
when we got on the airplane, I had long johns and a pair of jeans, 2 t-shirts and a sweatshirt because I refused to put a jacket, but it was cold. So I said to the limo, because we took a limo the first time because it was actually cheaper because it was in the middle of the night than to order an Uber because nobody wants to drive in the middle of the night. So, and when we got to Miami, I swear everybody knew those are the Canadians. Here I'm taking a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, and I'm going, sweat just running down my forehead. He goes, that's a Canadian.
I had jeans, a t-shirt, and my hoodie on because that's all I took. I know it was a little chilly when we got to Detroit to the airport, but I was kind of glad I didn't have a whole bunch of stuff when I got to
Yeah.
Miami. It gets hot AF.
Yeah. The understatement of the year.
But you want to arrive early. You don't want to be flying in the day of your cruise because if you have any delays with the airplane, you could be saying bye-bye to the cruise ship. 'Cause
Especially in Miami.
they ain't going to wait for you.
I would probably say if you've got more than 2 hours driving time to the airport, go the day before.
Day before, or if you got 2 hours driving. Liz and Chris, how early do you leave for Miami? Do you go the day before, or you go early in the morning?
Because it takes them, what, a few hours? 4?
I think they're 5, maybe.
4 or 5? That's what I'm thinking.
If I was going to have to drive 5 hours, I would go the day before.
I was going to say too, yeah.
Well, even driving, because you got to be aware of, if there's traffic, if an accident happens, and
We've been there, done that.
And if you're like me, if get up on time and you missed your flight, you have plenty of that all day that day to get there for the next day.
Miami and Tampa, we leave early in the morning, 7-ish. Orlando, we go in the night before. Okay.
Makes sense. But they've done it more than once, so now they know their pee break place, their snack place, if they need
Yeah.
a gas place.
Arrive early. What's after arrive early? Join the Facebook group for your cruise.
I love the Facebook group.
If you Google Carnival Breeze October, whatever it was, or Carnival Horizon, whatever it was,
Mhm.
join the Facebook group and you got to know other people that were taking the same cruise. And, some people have been on that ship before and they talked about different things you remember to bring or
Yeah.
things to do. Busby, hello. Did someone mention?
Hey, Bugsby.
Want to see the new snack? Sorry, I'll put it back.
It's pickle something out of our mixture.
Pickled cashews?
Dill pickled cashews, baby. By the French Canadian company. Let's say.
I love dill pickle. I mean, I love cashews, but I don't know about dill pickle cashews.
Hey, I swear I want to put the dill ketchup on the dill pickled cashews. I would, but I'm not that crazy. But I'm almost there.
That the picture I sent you, I also sent Liz.
Yeah,
And she goes,
that's me.
"Oh, that would be good with ketchup frosting."
Yeah.
On your fake hot dog.
I think. Oh, and she's vegetarian.
Right.
I didn't know she was vegetarian.
Yep.
So, do you have a carrot for your fake hot dog, or do you have the tofu one? Now that's the question. Which hot dog do you go for?
Actually, I have hot dogs downstairs still. Because I only eat Schneider's Red Hots for hot dogs. Carnival Cruise Addicts.
Those are good hot dogs.
I'm more of a sausage than a wiener person.
I like sausages too. It's the tofu one, not bad.
Dill pickle relish, that's all Steve eats. He won't eat the other sweet one.
I want to make some dill pickle, yeah. No, it's cucumber relish, but it tastes like dill pickle.
Yeah, it tastes like dill pickle.
I have
The tofu one? No.
all seriousness, all hot dogs are fake. I
So
don't.
then- oh, go ahead.
No, I don't like all beef ones and stuff, or chicken ones.
No.
I stick to the Snyder's Red Hots, and that's it.
Andy, you're not fake.
Wiener dog.
I stick to the wiener dogs.
Plus, we can stick to his Oscar Mayer wiener.
So now I have a question for Liz, because now I found out she's vegetarian. Do you enjoy tempeh? Just asking.
Well, this one was a good one to hear after the second Helping Hands cruise, because some of the people did not know what was included, what meals were included. Like,
Yeah.
they thought they could only eat at the buffet. So it's good to know what, and you can.
Sorry. It's Busby's comment. Don't get me started on this note.
Lips to his ears, if I do recall, you used to love a good Nathan's hot dog back in the day.
No. Yeah, no. I live in a city that they make hot dogs. Trust me, when you get the smell of it, no, I can't.
I do like sausages. Not too. I'm not big on spicy ones, but honey garlic ones or bratwursts.
Like I said, you'll see me eat a hot dog once in a blue moon. And Steve goes, she's having a hot dog. Because I just know what's in it. And I'm like, oh.
I prefer it cooked over the fire or
Yep.
barbecued. To
With some French's mustard.
of course French's mustard. Also knowing what other things are included in your price of your cruise, not just the food. No.
She's not sure if she likes tempeh. Oh, see, I love tempeh.
Nathan's is good, but bratwurst is better. I like Johnsonville brats as one of my favorite bratwursts.
Steve, what is the sausage you made me try 2 weeks ago? Weisswurst. What's that in English?
It's white sausage.
White sausage.
It's exactly.
It's literally
like that,
white.
but it's
Yeah, I have that at our Polish store. Has white sausage.
It wasn't that bad at all. I was like, what is this?
It's a milder sausage, but it's.
So I asked him, I said, how much fillers is there in here to turn white?
I
It's
don't know.
from the white pork.
I got to hear.
Choosing early versus late embarkation.
Early.
Early all the way, that get that vacation started sooner. I agree too. Granted, like if you don't have platinum or Faster to the Fun or diamond to get to the room early, you just gotta take stuff along with you. But you can always go and grab a bite to eat, even if it's just a buffet or
I know that hand.
Or-
I know that.
oh, the one over here. Excuse me, with all the bracelets on it.
I know that hand.
Yeah, it looks familiar.
It's pinching. It's practicing its pinch. See?
Oh, I seen me at the end. I had it's Gary.
Gary, Roxy, Troy, Sandy, Amy.
Steve was over here with Michael Ann. Like over here.
This could be Sharon over here,
Yeah, I think it was Sharon.
I think it was Sharon.
and then over here, boarding there was Sharon and Gary.
So Busby, my coworker gave me a recipe to make your own mustard, but never buy generic brand. I'm sorry.
I've bought
Either French's or you make your own. That's it.
I've bought generic a couple times, and I'm not a big fan of the Heinz one that comes in the pack with the
Ugh.
ketchup and the
No.
with the ketchup and the relish.
That's already in the donation box as soon as I buy the 4-pack.
It's like-
Donation. Done.
It's okay for using in salads or
No.
my deviled eggs or that, but yeah, I'm French's mustard and Heinz ketchup. But yeah, some people like early, some people like late because if they get there late, then they don't have to wait too long to go to their room. But we've done early both times, and I liked early.
Early, yeah. To me, it just, I don't know, it just makes sense.
I don't want to wait around to go get to the ship. I want to get there. I want to get there.
You know, you have if you're at a hotel, you can have an early breakfast. If not, then everybody's there at the entrance. If you're early, you're already out of all that stuff. So you're like, catch you later. Like if you think when we were in Miami, we got our Uber and there's 3 people? That's it.
was 4 of us in the Uber.
Yeah, but 3 people in the lobby. Like it wasn't full.
Yeah.
There's a few that came down because they went for breakfast and then they just left all their luggage there. But
And that hotel, you had to buy your breakfast. So like,
not at ours. Ours we got it free.
well, it was like, let's get on that ship and get something to eat because I was hungry.
I think the one I was on hotel had breakfast.
Nice.
But I've seen some YouTubers who are supposed to be on the ship at 10 o'clock and they get there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But as long as you get there before the ship leaves, you're good.
They're cutting down on that.
What else we got here?
Troy! Wait. For Troy and Busby.
Yes,
Oh,
engage with the crew. I love it.
I love these people.
Both cruises, we had fantastic people in the dining room.
I swear, if it weren't for them, I don't know.
We had fantastic cruise directors. Really didn't get a chance to meet any of the playlist cast in the first one. The second one, they were awesome. We've seen them also all the time outside of the show.
On the first one, I met the violinists. I chatted with
And
them.
I love my cabin steward. I locked myself out twice. And the second time I called him and he says, "Oh, you left your key in the room again, didn't you, Miss Roxy?" And I said, "Yes, sir."
And both cruises, I never got a chance to interact with my cabin steward.
Well, Michael Ann, I made it up for it on the first day on our cruise. Because I
But I
talked
like
to
it.
literally
I
10
like
people.
how they remember. Yep. I like how they remember your name too.
Yep.
That's their job. That's the whole thing.
Thanks,
Not
Liz.
conflict, but-
I really like that dress too. I've worn it a few times.
And she even looked nice in the blue dress on our wedding
yeah.
thing.
I liked it, but the material it wasn't. It just hung. And when I lost the weight for the last cruise,
Yeah. But it looked really nice on you, so that's
Hey, Scott.
hot.
Yeah, Scott's one of those that like to be late to get on board the ship.
Wait a minute.
There's something to be said for getting to the cruise late.
I bought myself new chopsticks. New chopsticks. They match the decor now.
Oh, pinch it, pinch it.
Let me pinch it. Okay, go ahead. Ouch. These are Nancy Fan Angle.
Sexy chopsticks.
Yeah, they're fancy because they have metal tips of some sort, like fancy tips. I'm impressed.
That's a bummer.
See, then when you put it in your hair, it's easy to find them too. See, like you just go.
Oh, you're using them for hair.
I use it for hair and for eating. Yes, I do wash it in between, but yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. This was our dining room staff on the Carnival Breeze. We had Henry, who was the lead, and then we had Joven. And Henry and Joven were both from the Philippines. And then we had Sui Sin, which is her ship name. She goes by something else outside, but I'm not sharing that because that's just she shares that with her personally with people on Facebook. So Roxy and I do have her as Facebook friends. I don't know.
Yeah, she texted me yesterday. Said she liked our picture. She saw my YouTube channel.
And she is from Myanmar.
Yeah.
Where?
Myanmar. Myanmar.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
It is.
See, Troy, chopsticks, the best thing. Never leave home without them.
It's below China between India and Thailand.
Yeah.
These ones are longer. Oh, look at that.
But they were fantastic. You'll see some of them on my.
Yes, in Indonesia. Yeah.
Oh, not as long as my straw, but
Our lead server on the Horizon was from Indonesia. And the other two, well, one was from Peru and one was from India on the first one. But it's cool to find out where these people are from and everything else. I had brought some ducks with me, and I had a big duck left, like this size. That was red and it had Canada across the chest of it. I ended up giving it to Joven to take home to his child. They had a 7-year-old. So.
those people work like they work.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I had some good leftover goodies, and I brought the little chocolate bars from Canada, and I had thank you cards, and I put some cash in each of those, and I forget what else. I put a little duck in each of the other two, I think, and I put the big one in Joven's for. But they like little treats too.
my cabin steward was spoiled because Steve left a Diet Coke. I left him 2 iced teas from Canada. I left him some chocolates, some candies, some Pop Rocks. And I said,
You threw the Pop Rocks away, I heard.
how did you hear? You were not there.
I don't know if this is the last one or not. I think it is.
He got spoiled. Then we left him money in the drawer.
No.
I can't wait to go on my next cruise.
Our cruise tip, our number one cruise tip, and we even told Roxy this: quadruple your travel documents.
Oh, definitely. A lot of people like to take stuff on their phone, but if something screws up on your phone, where's your boarding passes? Where's all your other documents?
So yeah, that's my thing.
That's a number one tip.
Yep. Print it off if you've got a printer. If not, go to your local library or go to your local UPS store.
Or if you're in wherever and you're in the same town as Liz. Liz, can you just make copies of this for me, please?
And don't put any of your passports or documents in your checked bag.
No.
They will
No,
not
everything on your carry-on. Everything.
Everything on your chest or your carry-on.
And your carry-on should be your documents, your passport, your medication, your
Everything. If anything happened to everything else, I'll have everything in here.
anything of value should be
Passports in there.
Anything of value should be in your carry-on, because if something happens and you get separated from your suitcase and somehow your checks and stuff and it gets lost or misplaced, or your tag comes off and it's put in the missing unclaimed luggage stuff on you, at least you got your documents and your money and all that stuff.
But it's funny. We all say this for cruising, but do you do it in your house? Because if you go to bed and something happens, it's the same thing.
I know where my purse is, I know where my computer is, and I know where my passport is. They're on the way out.
Same here. I'm like, I'm good.
Yes, I have a picture of my passport in my passport is in one thing, and then I have a folder that I have my travel documents and my door decorations and all that are in that folder.
I never put up my door decoration. I brought it and I never put it up. Well, in fairness, I didn't get in my room till 10 o'clock at night.
I put door decorations on everybody's door.
Yes, I know that one.
That said Helping Hands recipient and supporter for everybody else.
Oh, another tip for that, Michael Ann. You know where Steve and I on their first cruise, where our room was near the elevator, right? If you want to promo something, people kept moving my magnets, and Michael Ann could tell you this.
Yep.
On the first cruise, I was like, Helping Hands to Cruising supporter. I had call me these things. It kept changing. Like,
she had these little magnets on her door, a whole bunch of them, and she put them in a heart shape or whatever.
And people kept moving them. And at one point, I had an arrow because we got a certificate that we were participating in the Helping Hands to Cruising. So I got an arrow pointing on it, and people were like, and then at one point I put a post-it, please help yourself to a magnet. So now people were like, so now my magnets are flying everywhere.
Well, then they had their vow renewal. I made a sign that said, just married again.
Again.
Here's the magnets.
I hoodwinked her to make the same mistake again.
Yeah, yes. Yes, Steve's like, yes. I hoodwinked him. We're in the water and there's sharks underneath his feet.
Actually, I didn't have magnets on it. We didn't have magnets on our door. We took decorations. We used the command poster strips.
That's what I had packed. I had
a magnet. I had a magnet whiteboard, and people left notes on it.
Nice.
Yeah, some people do that. That way you can leave it. No, would say, "Hey, meet you at the casino 6 p.m. or whatever."
I did that in college.
Meet you at this bar or whatever.
I got too many weird messages when I did that in res. I'm not going to do that again. Here's a post-it. Please write.
Oh yeah, and don't say you're a first-time cruiser, because they're gonna leave kind of weird notes on your door.
They're gonna put pineapples in every coconut they can think of.
It was like Cruise Virgin.
Yep, I had that wrote on my door, Cruise Virgin.
Yeah.
But with the little
Coconuts?
No, there was nuts, but there was also
There was no cocoa.
a long john, a sausage.
nuts and sausages. That's how people converse before the chat app.
Why? Yes, I know. I lived in res, and I had a big whiteboard, and I was the first. You came in the res, and my door was the first door. So my whiteboard was very, very, very used. I learned some gossip that I didn't even know existed.
Your whiteboard turned colored.
Yeah, my whiteboard was rainbow. But yeah, so yeah, I get it. And another cruise tip or traveling tip for us is make sure you have broken in your shoes. That is our number 2 on our list. You decide to buy new shoes, you better wear that at least a month
couple of
before.
months,
Yeah. So
How used was what?
how used with what? I was in res.
But
I have no idea.
It was so used that it had
Then it got erased very quickly.
that it
How
had
used was
that
it?
it had the security guard stop his route to read the notes. Put it that way. Yes, the whiteboard. Yes, the whiteboard. I know.
and there's some important things to pack too, like little tips. I don't have them all out, but I do have like my non-surge protected power cord, and this cord is like 10 feet long, and it has 3 plugs and
Hey, that's like mine.
3 USB and 1 USB-C, which I've been actually using it over by my bed because
Can I just say this is the best thing ever? You could put pills, rings, necklaces, change, and it
locks.
locks closed. And it's the best thing ever.
this was really It was really cool on the Horizon. We were on an interior, and the desk was here. This was plugged in with the 10-foot cord, and my bed was along the same wall, and I had a 10-foot USB cord, so I could have my phone plugged in and be up on my bed on my pillow,
20 feet away from the table.
chatting on my phone. I didn't have internet, so I wasn't doing anything else, but in the hub chat, or sorting through pictures or whatever I was doing. Which I just bought a new 10-foot cord. I used it on the LARP weekend, and I don't know where it went.
Where's you want to go?
It's driving me nuts. I'll go buy myself another one, and it'll turn up. And I bought this really cute little fan just before the LARP weekend.
Oh,
as a
cute.
for cruising,
So cute.
and it's got rechargeable.
Yeah, my cruising fan is huge. That's what she
It's
said.
got 3 speeds, and the fast one, the fastest speed is like pretty strong.
What, 3 speeds? High, really high, and who needs a man?
And you forgot, you blow me away.
Oh, God.
Bring an extension cord either for my BiPAP machine,
What's a BiPAP? For your
similar to a CPAP.
biceps?
Similar to a CPAP.
For your biceps? See you working out there, Liz. See you working out.
My aunt has a CPAP, and I laugh. She's just talking to people on the phone about it prior to surgery. I have to stay in overnight because I got a CPAC machine.
CPAC is the legislator video stream.
Like CPAP.
In Canada, that's what it is. Canadian politics, something. It's live.
But this will be the cool size for cruising, especially
Yeah, that's not too big.
especially downsizing to a carry-on.
My fan is about 3 inches more round.
And you can tilt it.
See, mine has an extendable arm, so I could put it higher if I need it.
You know, if somebody came into this conversation, they would just be like,
Yeah,
what
they
are
do.
they talking about?
What are they talking about? Wait a minute.
I just wanted something
Give
for
them
Mark because in the summertime it can get hot in the NPC cabin, and it's like Nikki's got a couple of fans, but they're bigger things, and I was like, that's handy right in my suitcase. Which I have to buy a new big suitcase because the set that I got from you guys, that one piece came off. Well, yesterday the cat decided to pee on it, and since it's material,
But it's okay. It's lived its life.
so unfortunately last night it went into the dumpster, and the dumpster was emptied today, so it's gone bye.
This is a very famous traveling set because I bought it. I traveled with it. Steve traveled with it. We put it in storage, opened the storage 5 times, could not find it. Went to buy luggage. Steve goes, oh, we'll wait. I said, no, I'll buy it now because it's on sale. Literally, the week later, my client goes, I need luggage. Steve goes, I came to put our luggage in the storage and I found the other one. I said, my client, don't buy luggage. We'll ship this one to you.
So I got the duffel bag thing is right over there because I came home from LARP with it full of dirty clothes. Took it to my aunt's because it's just as easy to do laundry over there because I'm not up and down the stairs. I just took it over there, threw it in the laundry, threw back the clothes back in it, and it's still sitting there.
Wait. Troy, my fan stands on salute. Wait, gives me a salute. It goes.
Okay, now.
Just had to reply to him. I didn't want to put it in your chat because then you're going to kick me into your chat. Block the message.
That one decided to go to sleep. Okay. Comparing fan size. How big is it?
Is that what the kids are calling it now?
Yeah, we talk about fan size.
How big is your fan?
I'm scared to ask what membership size is too.
My fan is 13 inches. No, at MomoCon, I don't know if y'all seen this. It's going all over the internet. You know how we go on the cruise and we're dancing to line dances? Now they're doing what they call clack fans. They're big fans. They can be smaller. Most of them are about this big, you know. And they're dancing. When it comes up to a beat, they go boom, boom, boom. I said, I want one of those, but they were $25 at the con. I said, I can find them cheaper online.
Is that a TikTok shop gift thing?
I don't know. I hadn't thought about looking on TikTok. I found them on Amazon for about $9.
Troy, yes.
But it's a new thing, taking their fan and dancing with it.
His name is Bob.
That's Jose Jalapeno on a stick.
My fan is named Bob.
Richard on a stick.
Mm-hmm. Like Richard Cranium.
I don't talk to Richard anymore.
Which Richard are we talking about? Because there's so many I know.
One more Richard. So I'm coming back in my house.
Gotcha.
I have 2 cousins named Richard. One on each side of the family.
And my dad's in heaven, so he was a Richard.
Well, my uncle's in heaven. He was a dick. Because the ones on my dad's side went by Dick, and Dickie was younger, the son, or Big Dick and Little Dick.
So since we're all talking about Richard, all I'm thinking is Richard Quick right now.
Yeah.
Richard Quick, up here.
But my cousin Richard went in the army. He didn't want to be a dick in the army, so he's changed it to Rick.
I get it.
Hey, Richard.
That'd be funny if Richard Quick would have to appear from Windsor. That'd be hilarious.
But my cousin Richard this is my pharmacist goes by Richard or Rich, but they were just in Portugal.
And bringing it back to your cruising, you don't have to be rich to go on a cruise because if you booked it ahead, you can do your payment plan. There you go.
Yep.
$20 every 2 weeks. Wait, let's do the math. $20 every 2 weeks for 26 weeks. That's already, wait, did I do that right? $520. So
6 months. It's half paid off.
no, 6 months you paid $520. So
Yep.
And if you do $1 a day, 30 times 6, no, $5 a day, $900. $5 a day. 6 months, you get your 900.
Spotted Richard. That's a delicacy over in the UK.
That's why I would like to cruise out of. See their cruises. Go meet Emma on a cruise. Hi, Emma.
And we went to a one parent camp when my kids were younger, and those kids in the cabin with us, and their teacher was Mrs. Dick. Her husband's name was Harold.
No way. Those are parents that were like
Yeah.
stoned in the 70s and 60s or something. Cause like, gosh. Gosh.
I think you told us that one before, Troy.
No, I don't want top messages. I want no. I want all messages. There we go.
Oh, I don't-
Troy.
oh, here it is. Nope. Nope.
Bye, beautiful.
Liz leaving.
Bye, Liz.
Bye. Thanks for coming by.
And if you plan on buying stuff on the ship, you can always put money already on your tab.
That's on your sign and sale card, like you know.
Mhm.
And I didn't attach it to a credit card. Or a debit card. I went and I just put cash on it.
Yeah.
And then you budget yourself accordingly. Then you're not. I know people like the casino people, like, oops, like the kind of cruise addicts over there. But
Can you take one of those cards you buy at the grocery store for Carnival Cruises and use it on a cruise ship?
I believe so.
We don't have that here, so we can't confirm.
But when I boarded both, I took the cash, went to the counter in the terminal. It's like, I'm gonna put this on my account. I learned on the first time to make whose account they put it on, because the first time they accidentally put it on Amy's, and then we had to go in that big lineup, but down in on guest services. So
Trust me.
the second cruise, I made sure it was on mine and not Amy's that time. Don't you have to have money to put money on your tab? Yes, you do. But that's a good way to budget yourself, because it's say, okay, I have say $200 or $500, whatever. It could be
Yeah.
100, 150. I think I put on the first one. I put 200 on the second time. It's just like, oh, there's my spending money. So, and you can check your Hub app. And it's like every time you spend something, you look at your Hub app and it shows what you got and what you spent. And it's like, oh shoot, I'm down.
That was a bonus with the Hub app the second time. 'Cause
Yeah.
The first time we didn't have.
But I was able to look at my Hub app and it's like, okay, well, I'm down to $16, and I wanna. It was the last full
Sweatshirt.
day, and I want to get the Groove for St. Jude's T-shirt. It's $15. I have $15 on there, and then the rest, anything that's less than $10 on Carnival, that's still on your account, will be donated to St. Jude. Anything over $10 will be sent back to you. And I know they sent it back to you because somehow there was a glitch, and they sent me $16 and change back. They didn't take the money off my account for the T-shirt, so I ended up with a free T-shirt.
Sweet.
Next time I go on a Carnival cruise, I'm gonna make sure I donate extra.
Yep, you can also ask for gift cards for your birthday and Christmas, Mother's Day, Father's Day.
That's why I don't want to cruise on Halloween, because there's too many accessories.
I have a piece of lint, 5 dog hairs in my pocket.
I already answered it.
Well,
Look at my answer.
what are
I'd
we-
gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
I found a dime today.
American?
No, it's Canadian.
I found a 50-cent American. Looks like a loony, but it's a 50-cent American. I'm like,
50-cent piece, yeah.
I was like, what is this?
I have a little box back there. I put dimes in that I find because since my niece passed away 2007, quite often find dimes. But I went to into my son's work to get his credit card to pay for this computer, which is not going to be ready till Monday now.
Poor son.
And it's going to be going crazy again. Another weekend without his computer.
Yeah, I often find dimes because we were married in the 10th month, and our daughter was born in the 10th month. One of our dogs was born in the 10th month, and so I find
Oh.
dimes quite a few.
Busby, all I could say is your wife can stay on the ship with the puppy. Trust me, I would. If you were to put your wife on auction, I'd be like bidding because I've seen the recipes she does. Yeah, come on over.
Yeah, $50.
That's what it is, $50. That's what it said on the thing, and I was like, what is this?
I
They
found
don't come up with names like us, loony, toony, half piece. You know.
I have to actually had some. I had a couple of American. And it was in the change that came from my friends when my friend's dad passed. They had things that changed and she didn't want them. Nobody else took them. So I'm like, I'll take them because I had coins. Well, my dad had a coin collection, so I'll see if there's anything cool in there. And I knew he used to travel on a sailboat, so
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, well, I don't need these American 50-cent piece. I spent them at Aldi's. I was like, do you guys take these? Oh yeah.
Money is money.
I'm not letting her go anywhere. I like to eat too much.
That's
So,
why
yeah.
on a cruise ship she doesn't have to work.
Yep.
Plenty of food.
You can eat as much as you want.
Mm-hmm. You can go to the buffet to the sitting dinner and then come back to the buffet if you want. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and then go up to the ice cream machine, refill. Go down to the pizza thing. Go over.
Then you can go midnight snack, late night snack. You can go pizza. You can. So yeah. Busby, you can cook. I saw you make sweet tea. Come on. Don't say you can't cook. You can cook sweet tea.
You don't want to burn shit. That stinks.
Yeah. I heard there's bad fumes on that one.
You'd have to fumigate your house after that.
So,
Burnt
Busby,
chicken from a hotel is bad too.
can I ask Busby a question? Do you apply like Kenny did, the fast pass at the airport if you travel?
Busby doesn't fly.
I know, but it's called gravel. I'll send you some. It works very well. Except when they start running out and you're like, I need another refill. Michael's like, V's not okay on the plane. No, I'm panicking right now. I need another refill. And I don't want to go in my purse.
I knew the answer. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, she's what broke my fingers.
Yeah, I don't like planes neither. Steve doesn't. I don't. Steve says, the landing was fabulous. I'm like, are you for real? I was like,
I'm sitting here trying to video out the takeoff out the window. One hand did because Pete's got my other hand.
I'm like,
Like,
Steve's like, yeah, you're okay. You're okay. But I did it.
you did it on the way home because you went and sat behind us.
Well, I was panicking being squished that much. They put us in the seats that I totally have nightmares of.
Well, we had an upgrade.
Again.
We had it. We're right behind the first class thing, sort of thing. But they put a partition thing right in front of us, and it was
That's
like
a downgrade seat. I'm sorry.
there was more leg room.
Nope. In the back seat, I was in the one in back. I had more leg room than that one.
And it was
Well,
glad
I
we
was
had.
in the middle.
I'm glad we actually had the screens in that one.
Yeah.
You could watch where the plane was. And I watched Inside Out too. Because that night there wasn't much to look at. It's like
That's what I watched. I fell asleep though twice. Have to rewind it a bit.
Oh, let's go look at. Oh, the big patch of lights. That's Nashville. Cool. That's a bunch.
There we go. Finally got the bag open. Exhausted. Got the bag open. The bag is open.
I went over here to look for something. Nope, not that one. That's
Don't
what I
eat
did.
it all in one place.
Do you know what is in here?
I have no idea. What you just opened? I thought it might have been your cashews.
No, my cashews come in a green bag. It's a
Okay.
pickle. I always have the coolest things because I'm at a dining room table, so there's all sorts of cool things on my table all the time. There's always something interesting to see. I was like, well, what are we? You do vitamin D? Got some straws. Oh, got paper straws. Oh, that's why they're there.
Oh, I hate paper straws.
So despise them. I went. Where did I go? What was it? Montana's. I asked for a straw. She gave me a plastic straw, and I go, I love you. She just looked at me and I said, you just gave me a plastic straw.
I mean, it's cool to save the environment with those new paper straws, but if they sit in your water too long, they get mushy.
Tell us about it.
And the glue they use, not good for your lips because your lips can absorb that glue stuff. No, not my thing. That's why when you go on a cruise, you bring straws like we did. And when I went to the US, I bought a whole bag of plastic straws, which makes me happy. But these ones are pretty hard. Usually the paper straws are flimsy. Where's this one from? And it doesn't tell you gluten-free or not, vegan or not.
Oops. Back up. Back up. There we go. At 9 o'clock, Scott's going live with Thirsty Thursday trivia.
Woohoo!
What's the National Hamburger Day trivia?
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
Hamburger. And right now, Travel Around Susie is live and House of X is live right now. I can give you
Probably
more.
one of the questions where was the first hamburger made? I don't know.
Hamburg.
No.
Where is it?
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Probably if you go over Thirsty Thursday trivia at 9 o'clock, they'll probably tell you.
You need to know the
Where was
answer.
the first
before you go
hamburger
there.
made? Yeah, you're right.
Hamburg.
Yep, Hamburg, Germany.
Yeah, so let's
So
go share
you-
some love.
Also, it says that it could have been in the United States at a place called Louis' Lunch in
Louis didn't
1900.
exist before that. I love that people think, oh, look, it's a smash burger. I was like, people, we had a restaurant that closed after 94 years in my area that made smash pork burgers 90 years ago. I was like, it's not new.
That's my aunt likes to watch a lot of game shows. And what was the one question? Well, what are White Castle burgers known as, or whatever? She goes, White Castle. They're sliders.
Yeah, because they're small. They just slide in your mouth. We ate that the first time I went to the UST. I was like, you've never watched Kumar and what's the other guy's name? Take on Mike.
Harold and Kumar or something like that.
Harold and Kumar. And he goes,
I've
no.
heard of it, but I've never watched that
I
show.
was like, you've never. He's like, no. I said, well, we're going there. I go, okay. And he loved the little things, right? Mine is claustrophobic and heights. So I get you. I get you.
I don't like heights, but once I'm up there, I get distracted by looking out and watching the.
Yeah, because you're so far. You're like, oh, there's no point.
That's a big, long river, and it's pretty wide from up here. It's got to be the Mississippi.
Gotta be the Mississippi, my Glenn. We'll Google it when we get off. Yeah, there's Mississippi.
Sliders, they slide in and slide out, aka gut grenades.
Yeah, they do. That I was cleared.
With me, that's KFC.
Oh, I don't eat KFC.
Oh yeah, I don't like KFC. Now they say if you eat a KFC in a foreign country, it's better.
Well, I'm in a foreign country to you, and I can tell you that my gallbladder goes, KFC, I'll die.
Oh, okay. Like colon cleansing chicken. Is it not Kentucky Fried? It's colon cleansing. But yeah, no. I like KFC. It just don't like me back. So my favorite around here is Mary Brown's. Which today I'm pulling out of the parking lot where my son's computer's at, and I'm looking. It's like, dang, I wish I had money, but it doesn't get paid till tomorrow. I would go across there to Mary Brown's and get lunch or dinner and some. What do they have? Not fries. Potato wedges. Maybe this weekend. No. This weekend I might have to go have some more stuff that B and Steve and I had last weekend.
Yes, I expect you to.
Maybe if I find Jamie, I can get another token.
Steve goes, I said, Michael, I want just, Jamie! I told you I'd find you again. And then he gave us free poutine each.
Did y'all eat the Swedish meatballs?
Well,
In
we went to
IKEA?
IKEA. But we didn't go to IKEA. Last weekend we went to
Oh,
London.
y'all went to Costco's. Yeah, Costco's.
We don't have Swedish meatballs in Costco.
No, I was thinking y'all went to IKEA. Y'all went to Costco's.
No, we didn't have a hot dog at Costco's because I don't eat the hot dog. And I forgot to grab ice cream with my Glenn. But we were going to eat poutine, so there was no point.
Yeah.
And when we came back, I wanted ice cream, and I totally forgot after that. I was just
And
like,
then we had a pierogi, and what else did we have?
there was salmon. We didn't eat the salmon.
Oh, that stunk.
It stunk the whole place up.
Do they make poutine and put kind of any meats on it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's called something else, but then it finishes poutine. Like there is such a thing as in Quebec, in Ontario, in the French community as an Italian poutine, because where I grew up there was a big community of Italians, and if you know the Caruso Club, you know who you are, people. Thanks for the party, please. And they put, instead of gravy, they put the spaghetti sauce, which is delicious.
I have some thin shorts ready to go.
I have a short too. I was like, I get it to it. I'm gonna get to it.
Oh, I had a maple pulled pork poutine. I had a smoking barbecue brisket poutine.
Oh, the smoke was good on that.
It was.
It was.
And I had just a classic.
Well, you have to have the classic to start. That's the thing. But I was like, oh, we all looked at each other like, can we eat a second one? I don't know.
By the time I ate most of the brisket one and trying to eat the maple pulled pork, I only ate part of it. Trevor finished that. Cold. He didn't even reheat it.
That's what I was going to say. I ate my leftovers. Well, it was tater tots poutine, but it doesn't matter. It was And the sour cream on the side was a good idea. The dill pickle one with extra sauce and extra pickles. It was worth my free token.
I had the classic one after I got home. I sat down for a little bit, and then it's like, okay, you're heating these up. I'm heating mine up. And Trevor just took it with that one for me. He was like, it's a maple pulled pork. I don't know if anybody's going to go with me. I just have to go by myself. I know my oldest doesn't like poutine.
Doesn't like potatoes.
It doesn't like poutine. Doesn't like gravy on potatoes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why, like, an Italian poutine would be good. There was that.
I like gravy on
taco
French
one.
fries.
The taco one. And
That it was good. It was really good, Busby.
the maple one, it was like, whoa.
We were. We each got one, and it was like, okay, you want to try this one? Oh, you got this one?
We're all like, yeah, let's. You know what, Michael?
We were sharing.
Next year, I'm gonna bring these plates. We'll just put all the poutines and just.
Well, I was looking back at pictures from, I think, the first year that we went together. And you get a sampler. The sampler was 3 different.
Yeah, this year was only 2.
It was only 2, and it was more expensive than a single poutine.
Yeah, so I'm like,
I don't know why I paid 20 something when I could get.
so Steve and I and Michael Ann together, we probably spent over $100 all together, all 3 of us. But it was worth it because we got like 5 poutines plus drinks. They're not prison food trays. They're camping trays. See? You put, Vienna condiments. You put this one, and then where's my ketchup? You put the ketchup one here. And then I have my plate. And then
Reminds me of the trays from MASH, too.
yes, but they were on sale. And every time we go to a potluck, I said to Steve, I just need that extra little section. So I bought the tray.
Well, for LARP weekend, I used
And
the.
it's perfect.
Remember the bowls we
It
got?
remind me of go ahead.
The bowls we got in Port Huron that were. We got the bowl, the plate, and the cup for like 50 cents each.
Yeah, yeah.
I took those to LARP with me because I could microwave them if I wanted to heat something up. It's kind of handy. Yes.
Right.
Roxy?
I don't make slop though, so.
Sorry, Roxy, what were you going to say?
I said they remind me of the high school lunch trays.
See, that's what I thought when I saw them. But I thought it's perfect because I'm like, I'm always looking for that extra, just that little thing. Because the one that I have, your plate is here, it clips on. There's a place for your drink, so you clip on the drink. Then you clip on your stencils in the holes. Then your napkin. Then you put your finger under the thing. So you hold the ball and you kind of like that. But then you're like, where do you put the dinner roll? Where do you put the butter? Where do you put the extra ketchup for dipping? So that's why I bought those. Steve goes, upgrade? I was like, upgrade.
But those are perfect for potluck at
Mm-hmm.
the Michigan meetup.
Yeah, well, I could use that even as a serving tray too. Like multi-use, people, multi-use. I can use this for the tie-dye. Elastics, gloves, water thing, or whatever, It's good.
So they talking about gloves. It's like my aunt's last day at work today.
Oh,
So I
no.
had cleaning out her stuff because she has some of her ostomy supplies.
Yeah.
We cleaned it out the cupboard there, and it's like, geez, almost a full box of gloves, almost a full. I was putting stuff away at home, and I said, gee, now we got more supplies here. I said, I could have spent a fortune at Costco because it's like the big packs of gloves, the big pack of pee pads for the dog, the big box of the poop bags for the dog. I'm gonna spend a fortune, but I had to restrain myself.
Well, you know what? After her surgery or whatever, before your cousin comes back, if you need to do another round or whatever, we'll go again.
My cousin comes home the 22nd of June. She goes back, I think, late August until November.
Yeah.
And then she goes up to Resolute Bay, which is way the heck up there. Above the Arctic Circle. Well, everything's above the Arctic Circle. It's the second highest community in Nunavut.
Wow.
And then the end of she comes back November, and then she's back until the 29th of December. Then she's going back to the place she was originally at. They want her back, coming back after they had an issue with her contract before and all that BS, but they want her to come back. Somebody must have asked a lot of questions, or but she's been there like 3 years, 4 years, something like that, almost 5 years of going up there. I think the community might notice if she's not there for a while. But it's going to be interesting. My aunt will only be in the hospital 10 days, or on surgery 10 days when she comes back. So, hey, 10 to 14 days. She can't have a bath or shower. She has a sponge bath. Your turn.
Yeah, exactly. I've had my turn. Now your turn.
And
Well, she'll have mobility like at first, right? It'll be a little hard.
I was talking to her today. It's like she goes to turn. It's like you're gonna have to do like little steps. You can't twist to make a turn.
You got to think 2D.
And she's supposed to be doing all these little leg exercises and foot exercises
Mm-hmm.
to build up, strengthen their thigh muscles and stuff. We're talking about the other. They hadn't been doing them. I was like, you know what would be a good time to do them? You're watching TV, every time a commercial comes on.
Yeah.
You don't have to do 20 to 30 reps then. Do
By
5
the
to
team.
10. Do 5 to 10 every time the commercial comes on. I'm sitting there on my computer yesterday. I looked over and she's
Aww.
good. Good, you're doing. So many things. I thought we had to take all our meds tomorrow, and the pre-admission clinic called tonight, and they went over her list of medication. But I was like, did they really know everything?
Yeah.
Because she's got so many over-the-counter stuff that she takes too. So. It's going to be interesting. So next week's live. I don't know how things are going to be in order for because I had stuff started to plan for the week after, and then her surgery got moved till the Thursday. So I don't know if I'm going to do that week or probably do. I don't know. It depends how long she's in surgery. It's supposed to be only 2 hours, and she's supposed to have surgery in the morning. So I don't know how long I have to stay around.
That's the thing. Is this?
Or when they're going to kick me out.
Please kick me out with the free poutine. But the reason why we got free poutine is because the first time we met him, I said, it's not poutine. It's poutine. You got to say it right. And then I said, I'm going to come next year to make sure you say it right. So the next year I went up and I said hello to him. And I was like, are you going to say it right? And he goes, oh, what is it again? I was like, and then after that, he's like, she's here. She's what? I said, never know where I'm going to be, but I'm listening. He's like, okay.
Pretty much, Busby.
Yeah. I have
Well,
no more names. None of it left.
Well, we got
See?
see the little. I don't know if you can see the little. Nope, you can't really see up there.
I can see your little light.
Okay, you got the Yukon territories right there beside Alaska.
Alaska.
Then all the rest of that was Northwest territories.
Yep. It was easier to remember.
And then they decided, nope, we're gonna go cut it right down there,
Yeah.
and all this over here is none of it. And then you got Greenland.
Yeah. We'll have none of it. That's what it is.
The Arctic Circle is
Pretty close.
right there.
See?
All the communities she's been in have been above the Arctic Circle. So I got the cat toy thing, so I could.
She should just do a live video of just walking. Like, well, then she did during. Is she there during sun or no sun time?
She's been both. I did a video. Must be one of the ones about Canada or whatever, because I posted in the thing. There was a picture I posted that was like 3:00 in the afternoon, and it was in the wintertime, and it's dark already. And then there was another one that was like 1:00 in the morning, and it was still bright outside. I think I posted it on the times on the video. But Poutine.
Yeah. So yeah,
I don't care how you pronounce it; it's still good.
it's so delicious. Like I said to Steve, I said, when I hit 50, maybe that's when I should ask for a poutine party. I'll provide the fries. You bring a topping. Everybody brings a different topping, so then we have good poutine. There's such a thing as chili poutine. We've tried.
I'm gonna make some chili.
And Michael Ann knows I've even done this such a party with chocolat favori, which is the chocolate in the can. I told people, bring something dippable. They had no idea what it was for. I just said, bring something dippable that's delicious. So I had 3-4 cans of chocolate, and we were dipping pretzels. And I said, it has to be finger food, but it has to be dippable. So chicken wings in the chocolate. We did the chips, the pretzels, everything you could think of. The
What is that?
cheese,
Favorites?
chocolat favori. It's a chocolate fondue in a can.
And this one is lemon poppy cake.
See, Busby. Oh my God, V. I love that stuff. It's so good. Yeah, I know, Busby. It's delicious.
The tater tot one was good once they put the cheese curds and gravy on it.
Yeah, they forgot to put the cheese. I said, this is not poutine. This is not poutine. I said, this is a breakfast hash.
She goes, also she goes, well, did they bury it underneath the
I
tater
was like,
tot?
where's my squeaky cheese? I was like, where is it? He goes, do you want me to make you another one? I said, not really. Just add me extra cheese and extra sauce. There was so much sauce you had to put in a second container because the sauce was like oily. But when it got cold, that sauce congealed very well with the cheese, and it was delicious cold.
Well, I gotta have a classic one because I gotta do the stringy thing because I never got that part. But the can
Yeah, I got it with at the end when he put the gravy with the double cheese because the gravy was so hot. Then I got a little pull like this much, but I didn't record it because I didn't know I was gonna get a pull. I was like, darn it.
That was a Dude Bros I got mine from. Classic.
Yeah, Busby, that is in the box that I sent you. It was the dish.
What was I looking for?
I found the box that I was supposed to bring to Texas because I had bought us cute little earrings for the cruise ship and something else. And I was like, it was in the box. I was like, what's in this box? I kept pulling stuff out and I was like, that was just for the cruise. It was that.
You can bring it on the next cruise.
That's what I said. I lost.
Tomorrow, high of 24 Celsius, 47% chance of rain.
Rain?
Saturday, 13 Celsius, 7% chance of rain. Sunday,
Yeah.
18 Celsius.
But next week is supposed to be 30.
25, 30, 28.
Just when the confirmation tried to take pictures and everybody's stuck and stuffy and
My aunt's got her pre-admission clinic tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We have to be there half an hour before. And you can take up to 3 hours because they got to go through all the stuff, and then she has to go for lab work, and she has to go for an EKG, and she has to go for another X-ray, and it's like. Y'all mailed by Boxer, Michigan, right? Will they allow food through customs mail into Canada?
Well, yeah, you have to declare everything, but you have to follow their rules. Like, can't send meat, can't send. There's a few things you can't. I once sent a package to Incredible Tiny Homes. That when we were in Tennessee, we saw. I said to Randy, "I'll send you a box from Canada." I don't think he got it because he goes, I gave him the code and everything, and he goes, no. And the only thing was in it, candy and maple syrup. It wasn't nothing fancy.
Snack foods? Yep. No, it's over there. Where are my snack foods? I had snack foods. I can't.
Busby they will, but Canada Post was double the price. It was cheaper to go on the U.S. side. Pay U.S. money and still cheaper.
Where do I put those? Yeah.
With a 40% interest hike and everything is still cheaper.
That's ridiculous. Anywho. I think I'm going to call it there, folks. I'll be back next week.
Woo!
Not sure how June's going to go.
I won't be. I don't think I'll be next week. My nephew Joe is having his confirmation, so
That's right.
I'm his guardian in the confirmation. So
And this is the big weekend for Danny because her brother's
Huh?
married. That's
Go,
why
Danny, catch the bouquet.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
What you will.
mailing anything from Canada is expensive. Like a postcard was like $1.50 to mail.
That's why I said to Michael, just put it in my box. Just put it in the box and we'll just send one box. It's just save the money. Save the money.
Anywho, we'll check you next week. Not sure what's going on. And the week after, could be later, could be a pop up. I don't know. We're gonna play it by ear.
You never know. Somebody might be calling you. You just never know.
It's hard to choose because you're both gluten free. Yeah, I've been slacking on that one, and I've just been paying for it off and on.
Nuts are gluten free, but you can't send them to across the border. So that's the thing.
And I gotta get back eating better because I put that weight back on, and
I had my veggies first. I'm eating my veggies before anything else.
what did I have? I've had a banana popsicle since I got home. I gotta find something to eat.
Michael Ann, you can freeze a banana and it's called a banana popsicle too.
Well, Chapman's ones were on sale for $2.75 for the box of 28. So I'm working on the banana ones. I already ate the chocolate ones. That was last week. No, that was the weekend before I went to LARP because I didn't think anything. You can't send nuts. What about Steve? He's a nut.
Can't send him neither. He's got to walk or drive or fly. Can't mail that one. You know what I did for dessert? I bought apples and they were soft because they were on the clearance. I chopped them in little cubes, put a chunk of ginger, bit of oil, a pinch of salt, some brown sugar, and I put it in the oven for an hour. It was like a little sweet, and then I put a little bit of vanilla and whipped cream on top. It is delicious. I had fruit. Then I had milk, and I had cream. It had sugar, and it was not good, but it was all good. Together, it was all delicious.
What was that?
Later, Tater. Don't fry too much. Don't forget to rotate in the fryer.
She's a tater tot after eating this.
I'm sorry, that's the only thing. I got to try that in Tennessee, and after that, I was obsessed with tater tots. Before that, I had no idea what they were.
It was like they talk about tater tot casserole. I've often seen that, but I've never gonna make it. I like tater tots.
Mm-hmm. We have the patties here, like the
No,
breakfast patties.
my mom used to buy the.
Yeah, the little round ones too.
Yeah.
But now they finally got the tater tot circle, like cylindrical pillow ones or whatever you call them. Okay, we love you, beautiful people. I'm gonna have an interview soon with Dennis, so this will happen in June. So, surprise, it's coming.
Bye.
Bye.